All right, everyone, welcome back to another video here on Just Ask Danny. We're here at the Disneyland Resort because today is a special day. It is the beginning of Disney Genie Plus launching at the Disneyland Resort. Today is November the 8th, the first day the service has started. We'll see if it's a confusing and scary day or a fun and just totally maximized day. So we're gonna go through all the highs and lows of using Disney Genie Plus, purchasing Lightning Lane, and just doing it all, seeing how the system handles this overload. But we are here at Rope Drop at Disneyland, walking in because one of the key features, or one of the key steps actually, as part of the process, is you must be scanned into the park to make any Lightning Lane selections or to sign up and purchase Disney Genie Plus. So we made sure that we were here well before opening at 8 a.m. to get scanned into Disneyland so that we can be ready to purchase those Lightning Lanes. The biggest difference, at least for right now at the filming of this video, between Florida and Disneyland over in California is that when you're purchasing your individual Lightning Lanes for, like, say, Radiator Springs Racers, Rides the Resistance, Web Slingers, Spider-Man Adventure, those attractions, you have to pick the next available. Hold on a second, monorail going over. You have to pick the next available attraction time. You don't get to pick a time, whereas at Walt Disney World, you actually get to select your specific time when you're purchasing those individual Lightning Lanes. Now, when it comes to Genie Plus Lightning Lanes, those are always next available time, regardless of the coast. But for individual Lightning Lanes at Walt Disney World, you can select the time as long as it's available, but at Disneyland, you're forced to select whatever's next. So hopefully it aligns with the plans that you guys may have with dining or whatever plans you may have. So that's the big drawback, I would say, right away for Disneyland. So we're gonna try that out, walk through it, hopefully get a Rise of the Resistance if it's not too late. So as you're walking into the park, they actually have signage telling you to download the app and maximize the fun, save time in line with Lightning Lane entry at select attractions. It also talks about unlimited PhotoPass downloads, which is an exclusive feature to Disneyland Resort. When you purchase Disney Genie Plus at the Disneyland Resort, it does come with unlimited PhotoPass downloads, but at Walt Disney World, it does not. You still have to purchase your PhotoPass memory maker in order to get your photos at Walt Disney World. But Walt Disney World's is only $15 and Disneyland's is $20. So a little bit of difference in price there. Maybe that difference is to make up for the PhotoPass, but honestly, the Disney memory maker at Walt Disney World is actually pretty expensive. So it's a pretty good value if you kind of look at it back and forward. And also if you have a park hopper, $20 is a pretty good value for Disney Genie Plus, booking attractions at both parks. So especially the easeability of getting between the two. But look at that crowd coming in over there at Harbor. All right, we're heading into Disneyland. Here we go. All right, so Mondo and I walked in and ready to buy our Lightning Lane. So we got, where are we gonna go, Mondo? Where do you want to stand? Okay, let's stand over here. Let's walk over here.
Too nervous, Daddy. Let's get Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
I already know. Or let's just figure this out.
Okay, so first up on the app. Let's see if I can get focus here. You're gonna see the welcome screen. And then you're gonna click My Day. And then you're gonna have Genie doing its little thing. And then it says here, get started with Disney Genie. So you're gonna click Get Started Now. And then it's gonna ask if you wanna watch a video of how it works, but we're not gonna do that, we're just gonna start now. It says, granting my wish. Starting here on the day that we're going. Oh no, we're already running into issues.
Yeah?
It doesn't recognize that I have admission.
It did for me.
No. All right, let's try it again. Dang it. Okay, I'm going to have to ask someone. Oh, so finally, everything worked. I got Disney Genie Plus service for $20. I got Star Wars Rise of the Resistance at $8.55 to $9.55 for $20. So $40 gone right there. And now we're going to do our first lightning lane of the day, which is going to be Space Mountain, and it's for $8.10. So we're going to go ahead and select Disney Genie Plus lightning lane. But it does say here we redeem between 8:10 and 9:10. So we confirmed our booking.
It's 2 hours.
And we're good. Let's get over to Space Mountain. All right, wow, that was a hard process. But yeah, so essentially when I got here today, it did not recognize that I was in the park, but it did recognize that Mondo was here. What I did not do, and I highly recommend doing this, is going through the tip board. I went through the tip board instead of the My Day like you're supposed to. I scrolled down to Lightning Lane for Rise of the Resistance. Over here, let's see, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, where it says book experience or in purchase for $20. I clicked that and then it let me use Genie Plus. So I don't know, something's going on. The cast member at Guest Relations told me their servers were up and down this morning, so they're probably straining pretty hard. They had the outage yesterday, and then they had the launching of the service today. And
Tons of people updating the app in general.
Exactly. So I started at Tipboard. So might I recommend starting at Tipboard, and also get started from home on the Tipboard. Get Genie Plus started. That's what Mondo did I did not do that. I waited till I got here. And I think that's what gave him the advantage to let him bypass all the issues I was having. All right, so I purchased my Disney Genie Plus. I have my individual lightning lane for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance from $8.55 to $9.55. And we made our first selection for Disney Genie Plus lightning lane, which was Space Mountain. So we are headed to Space Mountain to redeem that. And sort of similar to Max Pass at Disneyland that was here before the shutdown of the parks, you could make a Max Pass selection every 2 hours, regardless of when you made it.
Want to do 5-minute wait?
But, I'll go with you, but I won't ride it. Okay. Star Tours, we're gonna detour real quick. 5 minutes, might as well.
Welcome aboard, travelers. Face masks up and on as we enter the gate.
But yes, so we purchased all those. We were headed to Space Mountain. And again, just like Max Pass at Disneyland, Disney Genie Plus and Lightning Lane can be purchased not purchased, but when you make your selection, you can make another one 2 hours later. So we'll be doing one at 10 a.m.
Will you do me a favor and carry this to the line?
All right, so the system's still having a bunch of issues right now. But we're working through it. The cast members had to work around. They said just show your pass on the tickets and passes section, and that'll scan easier than trying to unlock your lightning lane. So we're doing that now. So it'll be a lot nicer when we have the magic bands too, because then we won't have to have anything. So we're gonna head on Space Mountain right now, and then hopefully book another lightning lane selection around 10 o'clock. All right, so the first lightning lane has been redeemed, and we are walking into Space Mountain, which is basically a walk-on with the lightning lane. So we're headed on in to the main concourse. It's been a while since I've been on Space Mountain because the line's usually really long. But Genie Plus and Lightning Lane coming through. Wait time was 5 minutes probably. So, barring the system issues they're having, it totally makes sense. Today's the first day, I did not come today expecting to not have any issues. I fully expected there to be issues. But as far as using the Lightning Lane on Space Mountain, totally worth it so far. All right, so we just finished Space Mountain. And don't forget, you get unlimited PhotoPass downloads. So we're gonna make sure we link our PhotoPass download from the on-ride photo and get that download later today included. It's all part of Genie Plus. Here we go. All right, guys, just got off Space Mountain, used our first Lightning Lane. We walked right onto the ride with no wait at all, essentially. If the line was a lot longer, you might have a little bit of a wait in the first concourse area, but we didn't really have a long line this morning because it was the first thing we did today. So it was essentially a walk-on. Booked it right on. Now, I did mention earlier in the video, and I need to clarify, oh, I gotta take this off outside. I did need to clarify, I mentioned that you could book a lightning lane every 2 hours. Now that is correct if the lightning lane that you got is for much later in the day. But in the instance of this particular lightning lane, it was for 8:10, so literally just 10 minutes later. So you can actually book another lightning lane with the Genie Plus lightning lanes as soon as you've used it, which is totally different from the mentality of the Max Pass from previous days at Disneyland here. Regardless of whether or not you used it, you still had to wait until that 2-hour mark. So that was my bad earlier. I just wanted to correct that really quickly. But if you are able to use your lightning lane before the 2-hour time mark, you can book another one. So as we were walking through the queue of Space Mountain, we actually booked another lightning lane for Haunted Mansion Holiday at 8:40. So we're gonna actually go stand by maybe at Peter Pan or something in Fantasyland, and then we're gonna head to our lightning lane over at Haunted Mansion Holiday at 8:40 a.m. So far, Lightning Lane has really expedited this morning. We're gonna probably get on every attraction we want to using Disney Genie Plus Lightning Lane. And don't forget, we still have to go to Star Wars Rise of the Resistance at 8:50. Now, I know $20 for Lightning Lane for Star Wars Rise of the Resistance and $20 for Genie Plus can seem like a lot, especially if it's per person, but if Star Wars Rise of the Resistance is one of the whole reasons why you came here, it is kind of nice to be able to spend the $20 and guarantee that you're going to be able to get on it for the day with an expedited process. Now, you can still wait in line for it. I think currently right now it's about 40 minutes already. So if you don't mind waiting for it and you don't really feel like it's worth spending the money, then you don't have to. It's not a pay as you ride kind of thing. It's just a pay to skip the line type thing. But we're just trying to do it all for you guys today to show you our experience. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, there's been a lot of issues with the app, but it's totally something that we expected on a launch day. So I apologize in advance for this video being long. I'm sure it's going to be long today, but I really kind of want to go over every possible scenario and any question that may come up to kind of hopefully answer all the questions to prepare you guys to use Genie Plus, because it is an overwhelming and complicated experience, but I think we'll all get used to it once we start using it, and I think you'll all really like it once you start to use it, because the process is really expedited when you're on the attractions. Being that there is a paywall to get into it, it is less utilized than Max Pass because Fast Pass was free. So, and another thing I've noticed today too is all the signage for the most part has changed. I don't see any Fast Pass signage, but we still just started. So we're over here at Space Mountain, and everything was changed. There was no leftover Fast Pass signage. So I thought they were going to be launching today with some leftover Fast Pass stuff, but it looks like we're in the clear on that. Like I said, next up, we're going to do some Fantasyland stuff and then Haunted Mansion Holiday at 8:40. All right, so it is now time to use our Lightning Lane. We actually skipped Fantasyland attractions because their lines were too long and it would have made us a little bit close to call on our Lightning Lane return time for Rise of the Resistance. But we have 8:55 to 9:55, so we're going to use our paid Lightning Lane for Rise of the Resistance and skip the queue. It's currently at 120 minutes, so about 2 hours, but we should have an expedited wait with Lightning Lane. All right, so today the app is having a little bit of issues, like you know, so it's not actually loading your itinerary or your Genie Plus Lightning Lanes. Yeah, the tip board or what they call your day, your plans. So you can just bypass that though and use your annual pass or your magic key to redeem your Lightning Lane. So when you're headed into an attraction and you can't get your Lightning Lane to load, just default to using your annual pass or your ticket admission for the day, whatever you're using, and it functions the same. It'll redeem your Lightning Lane and you can head on in. So we redeemed it and we're literally about to walk right into the BB-8 scene. So we skipped the whole line.
BB-8, is everyone assembled? Good. Shouldn't you be in flight prep?
I am Lieutenant Beck. As you heard from Ray, I have been tasked with getting you to Bakara.
Red 2, Blue 5, keep tight now. Let's get ready to make that jump to light speed on my mark.
Aguantie, espérate, na. Black Leader, We're picking up an unusual signal.
All right, so in total we waited maybe 1 to 5 minutes and we're already inside the experience. So I would say a $20 lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance, if it's a top priority for you, is 100% worth it. Rather than waiting 120 minutes, you can enjoy your morning peacefully, coffee, breakfast, and then mosey on over to the ride.
Children. Tell them it's a prisoner transfer. Did it work? Good. Now get a move on. There's a clear path to the turbo lifts at the end of the hallway. Turn right. A probe droid. You're lucky it didn't spot you. Take those turbo lifts and stay out of trouble.
Hey, you're not authorized. Wait, it goes in the bathroom.
All right, so we just used our lightning lane on Rise of the Resistance, our individual lightning lane, which was $20. It was 100% worth it, in my opinion. We waited literally 1 minute.
We walked into the loading area, which goes into the BB-8 Ray projection scene. Like, Danny's not exaggerating anything about 1 minute wait. If you're a traveling family from out of state, up north, different areas, paying $20 to just wait 1 minute, knock out Rise of the Resistance, and move on with your day. I know it's expensive. $20 is nothing to like frown upon, but it's worth it to keep your day going. And it's not even 10 a.m. And right now, Rise was at 120 or 105, and then I think it went down to 90 right now. So $20 to skip more than an hour wait. It's worth it.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is that Genie Plus is really helping you maximize your day. That's the whole purpose of it. And if you had gotten a Lightning Lane individual purchase for $20 at Rise of the Resistance, you could have gone to Starbucks, got coffee, got a breakfast sandwich, enjoyed your morning rather than rush with the crowd and waited in that long line just to now get your breakfast and everything. So it really lets you kind of have your morning at your own pace and then just walk on to Rise of the Resistance and really have like the stress removed in regards to that. So I definitely think it's worth it. As a local though, I'm not going to be paying $20 every time. That's for sure.
I will say this though, Web Slingers and Radiator Spring Racers did launch today at $7. Today, Rise of the Resistance was at the highest of the premium, which was $20.
Yes.
Because I think it was going to range from $7 to $20. Disneyland just probably testing the waters with $20, but 1 minute wait, I can't argue a 1 minute wait.
Yeah, I'm glad that
the biggest ticket or like the e-ticket ride.
Yeah, I'm glad that Mondo brought that up because it may not always be $20, but for us today, Rise of the Resistance was $20. Like Mondo was mentioning, Web Slingers and Radiator Springs Racers, they started today at $7, but we can't use those until we have park hopper access at 1 o'clock. So we're gonna keep an eye on the app and maybe book one of those later when we can after 1 o'clock.
And if Rise is ever $7, you better buy it because that's a value beyond belief.
I know.
$7 to wait 1 minute to get on Rise. It may not always be 1 minute, but for us today, it was.
Yeah. Okay. On to the next. We have a Lightning Lane booked with Genie Plus at Haunted Mansion Holiday. So that's our next stop. All right. So next up is Haunted Mansion Holiday. We're going to use our Lightning Lane for this. Currently, the system is down, so we can't book any new ones, but we're hoping maybe by the time we get off the ride, we can book a new one. Okay, so we redeemed our Lightning Lane for Haunted Mansion Holiday, and we're going to try to book a new one. So we'll see how that goes while we're waiting in line. But looks like we're not going to have any wait at all, really, for the Lightning Lane version of Haunted Mansion Holiday. All right, so we are on Haunted Mansion Holiday, and the wait was maybe 5 minutes, if that, for Lightning Lane. So good pick on this one. All right, guys, so Lightning Lane is still down. However, they're letting us just scan our tickets and enter the Lightning Lane queue without having to book anything because the system's down. So when it's back up again, we'll start booking it. But for right now, we just used it on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. All we did was just scan our ticket and walk on in. Don't have to book anything because the system just isn't letting us. So they were kind of like checking a receipt that you bought it or just scanning your ticket to see that it was enrolled in it, and then they let you on in. So it's a good little hack, at least for right now. Lightning Lane number 4, Big Thunder Mountain. right, so this is the second lightning lane that we've just got by just scanning our pass because the system is still down. So we did an immediate use lightning lane on Big Thunder Mountain, and we did another one now on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, which is cool. I wanted to use it on this ride because this ride's never had a fast pass because it never opened with one, even when the parks were open before. So it's our first time trying it. Thankfully, you guys saw how the process worked with booking it earlier today. So just giving you the full experience. I'll do a rundown later on too about kind of all the questions and tips I can think of that you guys are going to need. But for right now, let's go ahead and enjoy these instant on lightning lanes. It's like having a VIP tour guide without a tour guide.
Pull back on the stick to fly out, and push forward to fly down. Weapons are online. Left pilot, hit the boosters. Now let's go get that coaxial. Right pilot, make the jump to light speed. Yes, keep shooting! They've locked onto us. Take evasive action!
All right, so we are doing another immediate use lightning lane on the Matterhorn. So we don't have to schedule a time because the service is down, so we just scan our ticket media and they let us right into the queue. It's going to be the process for us maybe for the remainder of the day. There's no word on whether or not the service will be back up again, so we're just going to be enjoying this amazing perk for today only. All right, guys, so that wraps up my quick morning here at Disneyland for Disney Genie Plus launch day. Obviously, we had some hiccups, but we kind of expected that. But overall, Disney actually really recovered with a great recovery option for us while the service was down, just allowing us to immediately access any lightning lane queue. And some guests were even offered refunds if they wanted them at guest relations. But we decided to keep ours and just use the immediate access. And we used a total of 10 lightning lanes since this morning when the park first opened. So including Rise of the Resistance, which we did pay additional money for. But overall, it was a great experience. I had a great time using it. The lightning lane queues were never longer than 5 minutes, if that even. I know today's kind of an off day because it's Wednesday and it's the first day of the service. I'm going to try to use it again on Saturday and see what that's like. I know Saturday's going to be a lot more busier of a day, but overall, I'd say when the service is working, it's very easy to use. My biggest tip overall would be to start the process at home. I know you can't purchase it until you get to the parks, but there is a process if you have a reservation where it says like start your Disney journey or like start now or begin now, and then it'll give you your tips for free. So remember, Disney Genie is a free tip service, so start that process first. I feel like that helps kind of launch it and push it ahead into being able to purchase it faster. That was kind of my hang up. Mondo had done that prior. I hadn't done that prior, and it's what caused my issues this morning. So I'm going to make sure I do that on Saturday when I try it. But overall, I would say as a local, I would definitely not spend $20 to do Rise of the Resistance every time I came. But as a traveling guest who is trying to prioritize that attraction since it's new, I would do that for sure. But $40 is a lot to have spent, but I did get to go on 10 rides without waiting in any line. So it depends on how you feel. I mean, it was basically the same access as a VIP tour guide, but you're paying thousands of dollars for a VIP tour guide. So overall, I would say it's a successful morning and looking forward to trying it again. Oh, and one more thing I just forgot to mention. Just make sure that when you guys are doing Disney Genie Plus, the biggest tip I forgot to mention is writing down the times that you actually are able to secure your lightning lane for. Because if the app were to go down, you can still redeem it if the app's not working. But you need to know what your times are. And if you can't access the itinerary, you won't know what your times are. So write your times down, maybe in a little notes on your phone or something like that, just while the service is new and it's having some issues. kind of like as your own personal backpack. Maybe screenshot it or something if you want to. That's also a good tip. But anyways, thank you guys for watching today on this quick little journey for Disney Genie Plus. And I hope you maybe learned something, answered a few questions. I'll be doing another live with Mondo too, talking about some questions people may have. And of course, I'll make another video this weekend about it all. So thank you again, guys, for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Share this video with anyone that hasn't seen it yet, that has questions about Disney Genie Plus and how to use it, especially at Disneyland Resort, since it does operate a little bit differently compared to Disney World. And leave a comment below. All right, guys, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.